A hero's welcome for the Bayonne Little Leaguers.
This after they lost to Ohio in the Little League World Series. It helps to have support like this. The 11 and 12-year-olds returning home yesterday from Williamsport. Family, friends, many in the neighborhood just showing up. A big deal for these players.
It feels crazy. It's a one-in-a-lifetime moment. I just love it.
We stuck to our goal, and we were able to make it. You know, practicing day in and day out. They all committed. That's what I can say. They committed, they put the work in, and they got the results.
They did get 2 wins in the Little League World Series. Of course, they have a state championship. A parade to honor the team is being planned for next month.
Earth, moon, and sun line up for a show in the night sky this week. Here's Storm Watch team meteorologist Michelle Powers.
Do you remember 2 weeks ago when we had the solar eclipse? Well, now it's time for the other half of that eclipse. A lunar eclipse is happening this Thursday night. A lunar eclipse happens with a full moon, and a solar eclipse happens with a new moon. So that's why they come in pairs, and they are 2 weeks apart. The full moon for the month of August is happening this Friday morning just after midnight. It's known as the full sturgeon moon, and it's going to be going into a very deep partial eclipse. 96% of the moon will be covered. So it's not a total lunar eclipse, but it actually may look like one. It's going to be so close. A lunar eclipse happens when we have the sun, the earth, and the moon all line up, and it has to be exactly precise for this to happen. And we are looking at a partial eclipse here, but it will start to turn red, almost like a total lunar eclipse. And it's because the Earth's atmosphere is going to act like a lens, bending that red sunlight towards the moon and casting it on the moon while scattering away the blue light. So that's why the moon will look red. You may have heard the term blood moon before, and that's where it comes from. So under perfect conditions, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to happen just after 10 o'clock at night. The moon will look noticeably darker just after 10:30. The maximum eclipse happens just after midnight, and then it comes out of the partial eclipse where it looks noticeably brighter just before 2 o'clock in the morning. And we're still in summer mode here, so the moon is going to be a little bit lower in the southern sky, about halfway up, but at midnight it is dead center, so very easy to find. The catch is the weather. Will it get in the way? Unfortunately, it looks like we are looking at clouds and maybe some rain, so be sure to stay with us here at News 12 for more on your forecast. In the Weather Center, I'm Storm Watch team meteorologist Michelle Powers.
And the Bayonne Little League team may have lost last night to Ohio in the Little League World Series, but they are all winners in the town's hearts and minds. The team received a hero's welcome this afternoon, and our Pix 11's Katie Corrado was there for it all. She joins us now live from Bayonne with more and so much pride for this team, Katie.
This was so special, Shirley, to see hundreds of people lined up here, family members, friends, neighbors, welcoming this bus back home to Bayonne. These kids could not have gotten a better welcome home, and even though they didn't win last night, they come home as winners, and frankly, as now one of the best Little League teams in the world. A hero's welcome home for the Bayonne Little League team who represented New Jersey on an international stage.
It's a feeling that you can't even describe as a parent. I never thought I'd be this excited about 12-year-old baseball.
It's amazing watching your grandson out there. Like from the time he was a baby, watching him try and play baseball.
This event has just brought the community together in ways that we haven't seen in years.
The team won its first 2 games in Williamsport before losing to Davenport, Iowa and Hamilton, Ohio.
It's very emotional. When he hit a run on Friday, I started crying.
But they arrived home as winners, representing Bayonne in the Little League World Series for the first time in town history.
Let's go! Let's go!
The coaches praised the players for their hard work and dedication, and the parents praised the coaches right back.
It's Bayonne versus everybody.
They were just absolutely amazing, giving up their time from work and also their own families.
And even though they didn't come home with a championship, they are undoubtedly all still winners.
I love him and I missed him so much. Him and his team, they're winners to us. They did great.
Every single mom seeing their kid achieve their dreams, that is an incredible feeling. And we're so incredibly proud of every single one of them.
The boys got to have a pizza party with their families, their coaches after they got off the bus. They do get a week off before they then have to go back to school for the first day of the new school year next Wednesday. Reporting live in Bayonne, New Jersey, I'm Katie Corrado, Pix 11 News. Shirley?
I mean, the excitement over the first day of school pales in comparison to the experience these kids have had this summer. But yeah, I mean, great news for Bayonne, and Bayonne versus everybody forever. Thank you so much, Katie. And no surprise here, but the World Cup brought in big bucks for our area. The numbers are in. Let's take a look here. The New York and New Jersey host committee revealing the region made $3.5 billion. That's $200 million more than first estimated. So let's break down some of the biggest spending areas. About $650 million went to lodging, another $360 million for food and drinks, and people spent $264 million on shopping. That is a lot of cash. Now, New Jersey Transit also issued a review on its financial impact. The train service on the 8 game days cost the agency $4 million. However, that's better than what it does for most special events at MetLife. And you can thank the high ticket prices for sure. Well, so G's here with another check of his forecast, and really today was a beauty.
That's 2 in a row.
That's 2 in a row, exactly, yeah.
Right. Keep enjoying it because it's a bit of a change for tomorrow, okay? And it's a heads up, everybody, for a possible deluge in spots. And I have to accent that over and over again because more than that, we don't really know exactly where this training and the heftiest rain will fall. But it's an alert day for sure and has to be watched for sure. You see the big town had a great day. Central Park in at 79 degrees. Queens in at 78. There's Islip 77. White Plains, Newark all looking good. And there's Somerville in at 82 degrees. So warmer and more humid tonight. That's part of the problem. The tropical air is going to bend back in our direction. Heavy storms for Thursday are a possibility here and a clearing for the weekend. How much of a possibility? We just don't know yet, but we do know that on Thursday, the chances of rain go up to about 70% as the tropical air begins to bend back in our direction. Then it drops off dramatically to 20%, and then my man Pat has Saturday, Sunday, and Monday zip, 0 chances of rain. That means a great weekend. A 20% chance of rain on Tuesday, and there's Wednesday at 40%. So as you look at the map and you're heading out tonight, it'll be a tad more humid, that's it. But again, high pressure will bend back and reinforce, so the southwesterlies will begin to come in. Now what happens is the high begins to move offshore, and now the air begins to become more saturated. And there are pockets of rain developing. It looks right now south and west and north and east of the city, but the front begins to move. High pressure begins to bend in. A risk of action around west of the city is a level 2. Here in the city, it's a level 1, but it just doesn't mean things are not going to happen. And that's the reason why. We're looking at these storms, and where they set up is really important. Looks like tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night as the area really, really to watch. And again, we're doing that. Pat and I are on this throughout the evening hours. The amount of rain, again, north and west of the city, that's an item, right? You could see at 1.95, Edison 3.34, the city at 1.89. It's where this all sets up tomorrow, but it's an alert day for sure. It's a level 1, it's a level 2, depending on where you are. For flood risk here in the city, it's low. North and west of the city, it's higher, but that can change. These are the numbers again. So for Thursday, the humidity begins to build, the temperature begins to build, and now we go to work on this. Thursday is your flash point. It's an alert day for Thursday afternoon, Thursday night. I think it's going to clear out very quickly again on Friday during the morning hours. The weekend is really, really good. And then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, temperature is going to be in the 80s. So Pat and I are checking it out for you. Your weekend is good. Your action zone is Thursday late afternoon, night into Friday morning.
All right, thank you, G.
You can meet the newest member right there of the governor's family, and now the first dog of New Jersey. So cute. This is Goose. He's named after Anthony Edwards' character in Top Gun. Governor Cheryl posting her new dog to social media earlier today. Goose is a 6-year-old golden retriever. Welcome, Goose. USA Today ranking the best boardwalks in the entire country, and Wildwood came out on top. This is a look at Wildwood tonight, courtesy of NJ Beach Cams. But this wasn't the only New Jersey beach mentioned. Ocean City, Atlantic City, and Point Pleasant Beach all making the top 10. Hey, it looks nice out there tonight, but we're on storm watch for tomorrow. Michelle.
Yeah, things are going to change rather rapidly overnight. You're going to feel the heat. You're going to feel an increase in that humidity waking up in the morning. And then we're looking at some rain. So here's the forecast. It's all going to hit tomorrow. Should start to clear out of here before Friday now. So things are looking a little bit better on Friday, and of course the weekend, that's the good news. The bad news is what hits us tomorrow. So as we start out with Futurecast overnight, the clouds are going to build and thicken. So waking up tomorrow morning, you're going to feel the humidity and you're going to see the clouds. There's a risk of showers and storms in the morning, but they're going to be non-severe, very scattered and broken, and they should not cause a problem on the roads. The stuff that comes in later in the day, that could be a bit more problematic. So breaks of sun here and there, and then by 3 and 4, I think that's prime time for some of these showers and storms to pop up. Now, they're going to be slow-moving, heavy rainmakers, and they could also have severe weather within them. We're going to watch for these little clusters that develop. Some of us may not see any rain at all, but those of us that see the rain potentially could be looking at a couple of inches. So things kind of quiet down for us on Friday now, looking a little bit better. Still a chance of showers lingering on Friday, but right now we're going to call it dry. So rainfall totals here could be really hefty where it does rain. We're looking at the possibility of over 3 inches in spots, but generally about 1 to 2 will fall. And you can see certainly lesser amounts in areas that do not get hit by the thunderstorms. Areas highlighted in yellow, we're looking at a severe threat here, and we're also looking at a flood threat too. As for severe weather, damaging winds, that's probably going to be top. Second, potentially could be tornadoes. There may be some rotation showing up in the atmosphere. Now, the tornadic threat doesn't look to be too widespread, but it's there. It's not going away. So be just weather aware for the day tomorrow, as we may go with some severe warnings. It's going to be very humid in the meantime. Stick around. That 10-day forecast is up next.
So I wasn't trying to replace it. Things are getting a little swirly around here.
Oh, there's 30 games left.
What does that have to do with the squirrel?
Well, yeah, things get swirly.
Strike 3 call, now working with a fastball. So Mitchell is down for the first out of the game.
Well,
Hello, young fella. Any nuts?
he's in a very precarious position.
Well, he's trying to figure out how he's going to get down from there.
Oh,
He's obviously found something tasty along that.
Don't eat the metal.
Well, it doesn't get much better than summer at the shore, and you're looking at the best boardwalk in the entire country, courtesy of EarthCam.
USA Today giving Wildwood the #1 spot on its list of the top 10 in the U.S. New Jersey actually dominating this list. Ocean City, Atlantic City, and Point Pleasant all making it because of those boardwalks. All right, at 6:18, let's turn to the forecast now. Radek Shagotsky, not a boardwalk day today, Radek.
No, not really, because we are going to be seeing those downpours and thunderstorms as previously advertised in the weather forecast. It is coming here noon to 10 p.m. Some showers this morning, but that is not the main event. It's when we get into the afternoon where those downpours occur. Numbers in the low and middle 80s with fairly muggy conditions as expected here. So let's take a look at that futurecast. You do notice where these storms bubble up, and they do favor central and northern New Jersey today. After lunchtime into that dinner time hour, we do see these storms moving over the same areas, and that's why that flash flood risk is there. Good news is by Friday, we do begin to clear out of the rain, so that is the better news as we get closer to the weekend. But today, again, we do have that medium chance here of that flash flooding, so do not drive through any flooded roadways. That is always the rule in these events. You don't want to get stuck there. Of course, that could be life-threatening, and you do notice we could pick up an inch or two of rain very quickly, maybe some isolated higher amounts above 3 inches, where you get the heaviest of those downpours coming down. And within these thunderstorm cells, there could be a severe cell as well. creating maybe some damaging wind, and an isolated tornado, spin-up tornado, can't be ruled out. So this is generally a low chance, but it's not zero. So again, this is just to remind you that if we do get that tornado warning, to seek shelter immediately, lowest level of your home. The timing for this is roughly the mid-afternoon here across the Garden State. Now in this 10-day forecast, it goes up from here. Better weather on the way. Maybe isolated shower Friday, but otherwise it's mainly dry. Saturday, Sunday, just gorgeous. The humidity is up a tick, and then we get into next week. Heats up as well. Numbers could get close to 90 by next Monday. Next chance of storms won't be until next Tuesday.